Let's try a quick experiment. Take the note card I gave you and write out the sentence, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." I'll give you a second. Once you're finished, compare your writing sample to the person sitting next to you. Does your writing look the same, or is it easy to distinguish your handwriting from your classmates? In elementary school, when you learned to write, each student was shown the same writing samples. So why doesn't everybody's handwriting look the same? Well, think about all of the elements that go into handwriting. It involves multiple body parts working together. Your brain first visualizes the letters you want to write, then your nerves have to transfer those intentions to the muscles in your hands and fingers. While all of this is happening, your eyes are watching each letter you write, checking their shapes and accuracy while alerting your brain of mistakes. If that were not enough, your handwriting is also affected by many environmental and psychological factors such as where you are, who you're with, and your overall temperament. When you combine all of these dynamics, it should be no surprise that each person's writing turns out differently despite having written the same sentence. Just like your fingerprint or your voice, your handwriting is unique and unlike anybody else's. Because of its distinctive qualities, handwriting speaks volumes of an individual. It is a personal expression which reveals subconscious character and personality traits with every stroke. It is so much of a science that researchers have come up with the term graphology to define the study of handwriting. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what graphology is, the ways in which it is used, some of the main elements in handwriting that analysts use to reveal different parts of our personality and temperament, and even how your script can change based on what you're feeling and where you are. According to The Guardian, graphology has been practiced since the 18th century and claims to be able to identify one's personality and characteristic traits simply by analyzing handwriting samples. Graphologists worldwide agree that there is very little you cannot tell from a person's script. Kinda creepy, right? As stated by Daily Mail, these experts can sometimes even identify physical conditions like high blood pressure, schizophrenia, and energy level. But for the most part, the use of graphology is comparable to evaluation models such as the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator or other psychological testing methods. In fact, the U.S. Library of Congress formally classifies graphology as a branch of psychology. It's not like taking a BuzzFeed quiz on what your favorite Starbucks drink says about your personality either. There are professional forensic graphologists all over the world who work on court cases by using handwriting samples to link suspects with crimes. Other handwriting analysts are hired by businesses looking to recruit employees for certain positions because of the fact that graphology can reveal many strengths and weaknesses such as leadership skills, creativity, and imagination. Sometimes graphologists are even paid to see if two people are compatible before they get married. Research from the National Pen Company says that your handwriting can give away clues about over 5,000 different personality traits based on the way you space your letters, how you sign your name, and even how you connect the letters O and S to other letters in a word. The Los Angeles Times spoke with Sheila Lowe, who has been studying handwriting since 1989. She's analyzed handwriting for law enforcement and has helped clients assess applicants for every position from janitor up to CEO. Lowe went on to explain the three main areas graphologists examine: the upper, middle, and lower zones of handwriting. The upper zone is where upward loops of letters land, representing the abstract and the imagination. The middle zone is the baseline, or where the letters rest, representing day-to-day functioning and relationships. The lower zone is where the bottom loops go, conveying the past, subconscious, and dreams. Lowe says that when these areas interact and you consider each defining element within the three zones, handwriting becomes similar to body language. As mentioned earlier, every line you make on the page reveals something unique about your persona. M.N. Bunker, one of the founding fathers of graphonology, categorized specific signs or elements of the written hand as they correlate with the writer's personality. Today, there are hundreds of different signs that professional graphonologists consider when studying writing, such as letter size, word spacing, pen pressure, and word slant. Take word size, for instance. Reader's Digest reported that the size of your letters can reveal whether you are shy or outgoing. Take a look at the sentence you wrote a few minutes ago. If your letters are tiny and don't reach the top line, you are likely to have a timid and introverted personality. However, if you write with large letters that go over the top line, you are probably more confident and extroverted. Word spacing continues on the theme of introversion and extroversion. Those who space their words farther apart tend to be more independent, while those who write with small spaces enjoy the company of others and dislike being alone. One of the most common and easily identifiable indicators is word slant. As discussed by The Independent, a leftward slant usually indicates someone who is most productive when working alone, while right-slanted words can reveal energetic qualities or even a tendency to rebel. Interestingly enough, things like stress, depression, and even lying can change characteristics of your handwriting, says the Los Angeles Times. Former President Richard Nixon's writing is clear and legible early in his first term, but deteriorated to an illegible, flat line shortly after he was forced to resign. However, later in life, his normal hand returned. This just goes to show the extent to which your script can change based on certain circumstances. Graphology can even act as a lie detector. Research done at the Handwriting University International, yes, there is such a place, suggests that a person lying is likely to betray it through extra and unnecessary lines, such as a double loop and the letter O. Apparently, when we lie, we are extra sensitive to every stroke that we make, causing a fake and phony hand. Just like facial expressions and body language, your handwriting is yet another way for emotions and character to be illustrated in the smallest of details. To quote Aristotle, handwriting is the visible form of speech. Somewhere in handwriting is the expression of emotions underlying the writer's thoughts, ideas, and desires. This quote does a good job of explaining how graphology is significant, as well as why it's useful across many different fields. After hearing my speech today, I hope you all can use some of the more basic elements of handwriting analysis as a unique and quite intricate way of understanding both yourself and others.